Welcome back to another episode of Living Free Alaska. In this video, we fly out back to our hometown of Spokane, Washington to celebrate love at our nephew's wedding. We use this time to answer a few questions from our YouTube family and share what it's like whenever we fly home for a visit. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the show.
Boarding notifications and check.
Dinner, my love, is done. Roast chicken, anybody? I'll take a half. You want a half?
That sounds great.
It's done. Let's go eat. I need these too, because it's finger food. Well, good morning, folks. We find ourselves outside of Alaska today, and for a good reason. We are actually in Spokane, Washington. We flew down yesterday from Anchorage through Seattle and into Spokane, and it's beautiful down here. My gosh, beautiful clear blue skies, nice and sunny weather. I mean, it's supposed to be 85 today or something like that.
It's super warm.
Amazing.
However, we just left Alaska and it was like in the upper 70s, so it doesn't feel that drastically different.
It feels really good.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be home. You know, this is
hometown,
where Stacey and I spent a lot of our lives here. So,
and all of our family is here, so we get to see them all this weekend.
Well, and speaking of family, the reason why is my nephew Jake is getting married to his beautiful fiance, and we're looking forward to seeing that event take place Saturday evening. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yes, absolutely. We rented this beautiful little Airbnb out in the countryside, north of Spokane, and it's kind of in between the north side and the Spokane Valley. Actually, we've lived here all our lives, and I don't think I've
ever been on that road.
I've never been in this little area of town, and I just feel like we are out in the country. We're not in the city, and it's perfect. This Airbnb is working excellent for us.
Yes, it is.
So what have we been up to?
Oh, we've been a little busy, a little busy. We had most of June was spent on the road almost.
Well,
traveling.
Yeah, we started at the end of May.
Yeah.
Did that impromptu trip down to Seward. We showed you that footage from that trip. That was a lot of fun. Then we immediately came home and just turned and burned with the motorhome and went down to Homer for some fishing.
We did a halibut fishing charter, as a lot of you have seen, which is absolutely amazing. That video hit our #1 video in the quickest time ever, and we've gained almost 100 subs from that.
More.
Oh my gosh, more than 100 subs from that video.
So we just want to say thank you.
Yes.
If you've landed on our channel and are new here, we are Alaskan residents, but we play hard in Alaska. And we just want to bring you Alaska life content.
Right.
And today's video, because we're not in Alaska, what we want to do is answer some questions that we've received from you guys about living in Alaska and about us personally. We figured, how could we tie in our channel content
while traveling out
out? So this is what we're going to do. You're going to get some real time, what we're up to, what we're doing, and answer your question.
Remember, we're not lifelong Alaskans, but we've done Alaska pretty well so far.
Yes.
And we probably can fumble our way through most any question you ask us.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, if you have questions, always pop them down below in our videos. We are very good about answering those questions online. But again, this video, we're going to answer them for you live.
Well, I think the first big question we've had, and the biggest change to us real recently, is a diet or a new way of eating that we have adopted. For the last couple of years, our doctor in Alaska has said, "Hey, you guys, you know, I'm watching your numbers are getting up, and you're not as healthy as you should be, and you know, it's time to really consider a change.
More medication being prescribed."
We didn't want to deal with the medication and all that kind of stuff. So, after a couple months after that last doctor visit, you know, we came across another friend who is starting a new way of eating. It's called the carnivore diet. And on that diet, we eat meat, seafood, a little bit of butter, and cheeses.
High fat
content.
Proteins.
So beef, sheep, pork, chicken, salmon, halibut, all the seafood, all the living animal proteins we can eat. And we do not eat any vegetables. We do not eat any fruits.
No plant products.
No plant-based. If it has roots in the ground, we don't eat it. But if it has eyes, we do. That makes sense. Oh yeah, kind of.
Sure.
So that includes eggs. You know, eggs are a byproduct of chickens, and so we have chickens at home, so we have plenty of eggs. Bacon is amazing. The idea is a high fat content, like almost 75% fat to 25% protein. And it changes your metabolism in your body. You do actually go into a ketosis mode. So, because there's no carbs either. We have 0 carbs, 0 sugar. So
that's the biggest thing.
That's the biggest thing for
all
of us.
No carbs, no sugar. In doing this diet, I gave up all my soda. I had an addiction to Coca-Cola and Mountain Dew.
She was drinking at least 6 to 8 Cokes a day.
Yeah. Woo. And so on May 13th, I made the decision. That was my final soda. I had one that day. And then since that day, I've not purposely consumed any sugars or any sodas whatsoever. Would you give up?
There may be some micrograms of sugar or not, all that here and there. Sometimes you just can't avoid it. But if we see an ingredient on the ingredient list, we really do read the labels now. And if we see that there's 1 gram of sugar or more, we don't eat that product. We just leave it on a shelf and find an alternate that has no sugar and no carbs. Myself, I gave up beer. I'm a big beer drinker. I love beer. A nice cold IPA or a warm stout. You know, they're just amazing beers. I gave it up. Beer is full of carbohydrates. Beer is nothing but no good for you. It tastes damn good though.
Right.
However, I still am enjoying my bourbons, but I'm slowing down on that too.
My vice that I kept is creamer in my coffee. And coffee, some people say you can't have it on this diet. Other people says I can't live without it. I'm still going to have it. And I'm in that department. And I did not want to give up my creamer. But creamer is still, you're smart about it. I'm using like heavy whipping cream or half and half. It doesn't have the sugars like some of the coffee mates,
right,
and all that. So, and how well have we been doing?
Well, let's see. We were about 5 weeks into it.
We're 5.5.
5.5 weeks, and before we left home, before we left Alaska, I was on the scale, actually like 3 days ago. I was at 23 pounds, minus 23 pounds. So 23 pounds down from where I started. That's huge.
And I'm 18.2.
Yeah, that 0.2 matters.
It does. So, and also our scale measures our body fat percentage, and that is drastically going down every single day. So, we did really good last week when we were at Chicken Stock. We both came home and had lost quite a bit of weight. I had lost 6 pounds that week, and it'll be interesting to see when we come home from this trip, how well we do.
And with traveling, you know, it does bring in another challenge while staying on this diet, because you know, you go to a restaurant, you can order a steak and just got the big old slab of meat on a plate, and that's fine, but you're also paying for the sides that you're not going to eat. I guess you could take them home and give them to the dog, but we don't have dogs here when we're traveling, so we are going to just cook at home or cook in the Airbnb.
That's why we got this place, so we could eat at home and not be tempted to eat unclean out at restaurants.
And the Airbnb host just told me this morning, well, shoot, I've got a Blackstone in the garage right there. And so what do? I get out my bacon and eggs, fire up that Blackstone, and make breakfast.
Perfect.
And that'll be a great tool to cook the rest of our meals too.
So one of our viewers, they asked the question, obviously they're curious how our diet is going. So we just gave you that.
Gave you a brief description.
And they said, where did you find what you could and could not eat?
Oh, so there's an abundant amount of resources on Facebook and YouTube. There's Dr. Chaffee, Dr. Barry. There's quite a few others that have a lot of information you can find on Facebook. We got our information, some of our information from our best friend Bobby, who was recommended to this diet from her doctor, who is actually our doctor as well. So she's actually been a wealth of information for us too, and we've done the research from what she has said, and all the information that she passed us has been backed up by all these other folks too. Yeah,
we've watched a lot of YouTube videos on the subject. I think my favorite YouTuber on it is Dr. Ken Berry, MD. He just says it how it is, and he's not super strict.
And our goals aren't just weight loss. Like we had mentioned earlier, our blood numbers are going up. My blood pressure is going up. And
yours is.
Yeah.
Not mine.
I want to resolve the issue. My blood sugars are starting to go up a little bit. I don't want to become diabetic. I want to kick it before I can. So we're really trying to change these things, the diabetic issues, the blood sugar issues, high blood pressure. We're really trying to get a hold of those before they become a much larger problem. And this diet will help that. As odd as it seems, we've been trained for 50 plus years of the food pyramid that we went through in elementary school and such, that you have to have all this stuff in your food pyramid. This diet falsifies all that.
Yeah. So you heard Gary's why. My why is a
little different.
A little different. Basically, in the fall, we are taking a big trip to Europe, and I want to be comfortable in that airplane seat for 9.5 hours while we fly from Seattle to Heathrow. So that is my why right now. Of course, the health benefits.
Oh yeah.
But that's in my head why I need to get a little smaller, because I want to be comfortable for that very long airplane ride over the ocean.
Yep.
So I think we are going to change up the scenery. I don't know where we're going to go. I need some new clothes. I do all my clothes shopping when I'm back here at home, because we don't have we have places to buy clothes, but
absolutely
not the clothes I like, the cute clothes. So we're going to hit up a couple of shops and then maybe take you to some landmarks around town.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, let's get out of here.
Sounds good.
Crazy turkeys, that's something we definitely don't have in Alaska.
Oh yeah, the wild turkeys, they're kind of all over the place out here.
But we have them everywhere here.
Yes, they're all over. I'm gonna go this way.
All right, we're getting lost. There's road construction.
Well, I'm not gonna say I didn't get lost. You just are lost. Once you get to a point, you are lost.
Endlessly driving. There's road construction on the main way to get to our rental. So now we're just taking back roads back in the country to get over to the north side. I think we want to work our way that way. But
Yeah.
I better get off the camera and get navigating. Welcome to our high school, Mead High School. Gary and I met here 37 years ago, back in
Geez, don't say that.
1987. And right now we're out by the gym, and this is the Hall of Fame. And I want to show you something. So this is when we graduated in 1991, but I was a part of, where is it? I was a part of the modified fast pitch softball team. We went to state on that, and we also won state championship in girls basketball. So I was just looking at the trophy case, and unfortunately I'm not seeing our trophy.
Could you imagine how large a trophy case had to be to hold all the trophies from the last 30 years?
Well, yeah, as you can see, there's quite a bit, but I'm like, oh, I want to see our trophy that we won. But yeah, that was such, a lot of people want to forget their high school years, but I really, really, really enjoyed high school. So, plus, I met Gary.
That's a bonus.
Let's see what else we can find.
Wow, that's different.
Oh, look at that. It's the
here.
flip chart. It's our class.
Wow. Again, 30 years.
30.
Maybe not here.
No, I bet you it's here. Let's go find Gary first. Let's see, 1991. Look at that. I went right to it. Here is yours truly. And then Gary, where are you at?
It says I'm class of 90, but I was 91. I graduated the same year, same day you did.
Yeah.
There he is.
Gary. Does this bring back memories?
Yes, it does bring back memories. I was just thinking this is our hangout for the first break. I'd go down to this
Break in between periods.
It's like a 10-minute break, 15-minute break. I would head down to the student store and get myself a Coca-Cola and a Hostess cherry pie. Almost every day. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, from the student
The
deca
student
store.
Yep. And I sit down here with a variety of people. I'm sure included you. And
Yeah. This is
just
where
kinda hang out.
This is where our friendship began.
Kind of right here in this
We
area.
hung out in the same group of friends all during high school, and a lot of good memories here.
Yep.
Everything's a little different. The school
lot
was
different.
remodeled after we graduated, but the pit used to be in a different area,
Yeah, it used
but
to
they
be down
moved
there
it when they
further.
remodeled. But they kept it
Because it's such a huge part of Mead.
yeah, everybody would come out here,
Yeah, that's
sit
just
on
me
the
at the pit.
steps.
Mm-hmm.
Prep rallies would start from here. I mean, it was just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But even though
Changed a lot.
we grew up in 9 Mile, we were bused all the way over here to Mead because we didn't have our own high school.
Right. We just
So-
did our junior high kind of periods there.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is Mead High School. This is where we met. Like Stacey said, 37 years ago.
37 years ago. And we graduated, let's see, this is 24, so we graduated 33 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty crazy.
Right. We did have to live our lives before we came together to
Yeah.
be one.
Yeah, we came together 13 years ago and got married 11 and a half years ago. We'll celebrate our 12th wedding anniversary in December.
Yes, we will.
So, all right, well, I think we covered this spot on how we met and
Where we met.
where we met. I mean, kind of need to bring you to the actual place.
Yep.
And I don't know, we'll see where we end up next.
any 338 ammo here. I mean, for anybody that has a 338 rifle, are you guys having a hard time finding rounds as well? I can't find hardly anything in Alaska. What I do find, super expensive, like $100 for 20 shells. That's crazy. And there's nothing here, so I'm not sure what's going on. Do you guys have that problem too? Let us know. I'd like to hear from you. 45 cents. Where is the 338? Damn it! 7 mil. This is crazy. No 338. All right, let's go on.
If you're wondering where we're currently at, this is North 40. I think we've talked about this in a previous video not too long ago. And we really need one of these in Alaska.
Yes, we do. Absolutely. So much bigger than anything else. Same store. Now we're going into electrical, hardware, and plumbing. All that good stuff. All the fishing gear you'll ever need is right down that way.
Later that afternoon, we found ourselves at one of our favorite butcher shops that we used to frequent on a regular basis when we lived here at Eggers Meats on the Spokane north side to pick up several cuts of meat for our stay in Spokane.
Nothing else, we're good. I think that's about it for now. That will keep our tummies happy for a bit. Next one. Well, that wraps it up for Eggers Meats. We got quite a good selection. We got some ribeye steaks, we got some culotte steaks, a Wagyu flat iron steak, and some chicken legs. That's gonna make for some great meals later this week.
All right, let's head up north and go to our road.
Sounds good.
No. Are you ready?
Friday night, our best friends, Jeff and Julie, invited us to join them up at the Newport Rodeo in Newport, Washington. Since we didn't have much going on, we headed up and enjoyed an evening watching some of the best bucking broncos, cattle roping, and barrel racing in the inland Northwest. It was definitely a different experience to see this rodeo compared to our little rodeo up in Palmer that we saw over Memorial Day weekend. And I'm glad we took the time to get out with our busy schedule to come up and spend some time with a group of our friends we hadn't seen in over 2 years.
Thank you. Good night. Good luck and be safe. We'll see you tomorrow.
On Saturday, the time had come for the reason why we flew home. It was time to celebrate love at our nephew's wedding. Officiated by Gary's dad, our nephew Jake married his high school sweetheart Erica at the beautiful Arbor Crest Winery overlooking the Spokane Valley. It was a very special day for these two, and we were so honored to be able to be there and witness the nuptials. Congratulations to the both of you, and welcome to the family, Erica. I have no doubt Jake will take amazing care of you because the Quimby men are the best husbands ever. The remaining time left in Spokane was spent out on the Pend Oreille River with our best friends, Jeff and Julie, hanging out on their boat, and then spending a day with Gary's parents and my mom before we flew home on Tuesday. We didn't take any other pictures or videos of our time back home, only memories. As always, it was nice to come back home for a visit, but Alaska was calling us back to our new home in Alaska. So, we boarded a plane and we flew back home. Thanks for watching, and we can't wait to see you again next week here on Living Free Alaska. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you are notified whenever we post again. And lastly, we hope that you will join us here next time on Living Free Alaska.